You know kung fu fighting, and you like it. It's a silly little song, it wasn't meant to be a hit and then it was. And it's slightly more good-natured than it is racist. Carl Douglas, lovely voice, was hired to sing a different song, and when they needed a B-side, he and songwriting producer Bidu quickly threw together this goofy little two-chord ditty, inspired by Hong Kong action movies, and it suddenly became a hit. It became the A-side, it went to #1 all over the world, which isn't really a thing, but basically is. Carl Douglas really committed to the bit for a bit. The album that Kung Fu Fighting was on was called Kung Fu Fighting and Other Great Love Songs, which is amazing. I'm a lover, not a fighter. The follow-up single was Dance the Kung Fu, and the lightning had kind of escaped the jar at that point. This new dance, people, is pure dynamite. Every step is poetry in motion. Once with songs that are meant to tell you how to do a dance but offer completely insufficient instruction. Anyway, 1998, British dance band Bus Stop released their remix of Kung Fu Fighting, and it was kind of the new Jive Bunny. Taking a guaranteed hit song, refurbishing it with modern embellishments, and then putting it out onto dance floors. Bus Stop had other members, but the visible one is Daz Sampson, who rapped the songs in his rapping.
Now here it is, one to make you move. Something with a funky kung fu groove. Something that'll make you shout, make you play to the crowd, and make you wanna turn it out.
As a musical upcycle, it's pretty decent. They know what they're doing here. It takes that song you know and cleans it up and presents it for the 90s crowd. You could call it dumbing down, but it was Kung Fu Fighting. There wasn't really anything wrong with the original Kung Fu Fighting, except for the word Chinaman. Like all good bands, Bus Stop had to add London to their name when they published in America. You may recognize Daz, which is a pretty ironic name for how unclean he looks, as he was the UK's Eurovision entry in 2006, the best Eurovision. He still used the shtick I'm going to show you here from 1998, but creepier because he surrounded himself with schoolgirls.
Let's go! Yeah, come on! What did you learn? What did you learn?
It's not a problem that he raps over someone else's completed song. That's kind of how rap started. MCs take their turn to tell you how great they are over the sound of some better musicians' work. But that's just so hard to take seriously with Daz. He's like Jay from 5 without the holy shit, Jay from 5 had redeeming qualities. And Cunny, you should pick a lane. Either write a brag rap about yourself, or hype up an already well-known song. But no, in the bus lane, you can basically do both. You can make an already well-known song about yourself. In Bus Stop's version of Get It On, Bang a Gong, Daz appears on stage with the extinct T-Rex, and he does that kind of rapping where you just restate what was just sung, but in a much more annoying way.
Let's get it on! Bang a gong, get it on! Bang a gong, gonna get it on! Party on through till the break of dawn!
Dawn being rap voice for the word dawn. Then for the rapped verses, he's surrounded by skeletal young women who look about as willing to be in this video as T-Rex do.
Don't wanna hear about all the scenes, about those LFB has-beens. So lazy, hear me shout. You wanna stop free, come check us out. We're back on the drop on a hard spin song. Here we are in your face, let's get it on.
You know, British nightclubs still look exactly like this, and so does Blurred Lines. It's not evident what we're getting on, just it.
Been around the world, so many places, seen pretty girls with the smiling faces.
They also did Jump by Van Halen, which is at least an unambiguous command. The sentiment for Daz's raps is always a combination of I'm Daz and I'm mint.
Follow me, 'cause I'm going far.
Remember this song?
I'm bringing back Van Halen's jump track.
Generic have a good time party commands that have more you know what to do's than actual suggestions of what to do.
Boys and girls, you know what to do.
And a little something something to make women feel uncomfortable.
Come on, baby, wiggle and shake.
I can't find a video for Bus Stop's version of Footloose, but it's got these lines.
Get out of your sleepy bed, on your knees and use your head. I got the white solid juice, bombs away, cream is loose.
Yeah, Daz's approach to women, which he seems to do quite often, is kind of worrying. In Bus Stop's version of You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, he speaks of how he would like to slam a 16-year-old.
Wig wham bam, thank you ma'am. I need a girl I can smooth and slam. She gotta be on the scene, sweet 16.
He then moves his scope to Baby Spice because he looks so nice.
I mean Fernanda looks so nice. I wanna put the drop on Baby Spice. She's got style and grace. I'd like to see her put her lips on my face.
Daz reads as a parody character, a pastiche of the hubris of straight working class men. He could kind of go alongside Kevin the Teenager and Ali G. But he's not. I looked into Daz's interviews and he's that confident and oblivious.
All the big stars that I've met, the big ones, you know, the proper A-list, have always been, like, phenomenally down to earth. It's always the B-list ones who think that they're really big, who have this sort of arrogance. I am the people's champion.
If he is a parody, then he's committed his life to it, and I can kind of commend that.
And I think what we need to lose is this sort of British arrogance. And I said, you know, no one likes to boast. I mean,
If you want to see how cluelessly funny he is, just look for anything with him in, or wait for him to name search this video and place his own comment.
I wrote about 20 songs since Making Your Mind Up. When I say wrote songs, viewers, what happens is that they get put in my head, the choruses, and I just squiggled any old rap down to go with the choruses, because it's all about the choruses, isn't it?
When you say get put in your head, not by God, nothing like that's happened to you, is it?
Well, hang on a minute. Well, I mean, I remember seeing an interview with McCartney. He says he wakes up in the middle of the night and the song's in his head. Well, who puts it there? Who puts it there? Someone puts it there. So, and it's the same with me. I'm not saying that my songs are as good as McCartney's. Time will only tell.
Daz is committed to the idea that he's hot stuff, and his lyrics, the videos, his bandmates by taking a back seat, and even some of the original singers of these tracks play into this fantasy. The best part of Bus Stop's You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet is where he introduces it as a brand new jam,
DAZ coming back with a brand new jam.
then immediately says,
You know the way it goes.
generally these follow-up singles are diminishing returns. Kung Fu Fighting is the one that works.
Y'all ready?
It has the whole Bus Stop rap recipe that I've already described, but with the extra threat of violence. I'll fucking deck you. Let's look at Kung Fu Fighting. I think the first verse is gay.
So honeys gather round, right round. I'll pick you up and take you on, go pound for pound. Cause I'm the only man who'll please ya. I got a little something that'll tease ya.
Then he can't really decide whether he wants to fight or give really vague dance instruction.
So throw those hands up high. Come on. Shake your body, move from side to side. That's right.
But at least we're having fun.
Yeah, we're having fun.
Daz in 1998 is already confident that he's going to be famous, and, you know, maybe someday.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a big star.
And when he does get famous, he knows exactly what sound he's going to make.
I'm gonna lay it on and go woo-ha!
Bus Stop rhymes, eh? A slightly sped up Carl Douglas turns up for the choruses, though I'm pretty sure that's just the original vocal track.
And I regret doing that now because he charges a bloody fortune. Git. He thought it was Elvis Presley, that fella. The Black Elvis.
Then this massive voiced singer Mei Lee turns up out of nowhere for this bonus hook.
Sing it, girl.
Sexy kung fu fighter.
And it's annoyingly good for how ridiculous it is.
Let me take you higher.
See, now sexiness is involved in this song, and that's such a weird contrast with Daz. Now, the second verse actually tells a story.
There's bright lights on in no cold flow. So bright. A kung fu fighter in a disco.
I'm not sure what kind of disco plays Enya. This kung fu fighter is out at the disco to seduce a woman, and he succeeds really quickly and doesn't even need to use kung fu. But he does seem to serve her cocaine.
He's giving a line after line.
We then pivot to an attempt at a middle 8 breakdown hook.
1, 2, do the kung fu. 1, 2, do the kung fu.
Daz, that's not how you dance the kung fu. It's poetry in motion, Daz. I mean, if anything, isn't the kung fu gonna involve, like, chops, or, like, a stance, or training punches? But no, what these dancers in their stained hoodies do is what I'm reliably informed is called the Superman.
Say 3, 4 on the dance floor.
There's a fun contrast between the laddie British gang vocals and Daz's cod American affectations. It's like they're correcting him.
1, 2, do the kung fu. 1, 2, do the kung fu.
Final verse.
Roundhouse kick, karate chop 2. I'm gonna teach you all the kung fu.
Oh, yeah, karate chop is my favorite kung fu. They're different nations with different disciplines and a pretty contentious history. But I guess this distinction is out the window since that Jaden Smith film. Go on, Daz. Teach us all the kung fu.
It's an Eastern thing, that's what I'm saying, while the retro disco track's playing.
That's as far as it goes. That's the explanation. I mean, I'm glad I now know it's an Eastern thing, and that's what he was saying, whilst the retro disco track was playing. I know it's a piss around. I know this song and everything Daz does is inherently goofy, but no awareness of that ever leaks through into Daz's approach. It's pretty admirable to keep that up. We have to commend this level of sincerity, if not the banality, cockiness, insistence on making other people's songs about him, or the general bus stop experiment of what would it sound like if this song got mugged.
Woo-ha!